अगर CS501 के वो पाइपलाइनिंग के नक्शे और आर्किटेक्चर की डायग्राम्स तुम्हारे सर से गुजर रही है, तो बिल्कुल टेंशन ना लो। हैंड आउट्स के सैकड़ों सफ़हात देखकर बंदा वैसे ही घबरा जाता है, इसलिए मैंने फाइनल टर्म का सारा निचोड़ निकाल कर ये VVIP टॉपिक्स तैयार किए हैं। बस उनको समझ लो और तुम्हारी तैयारी पकी। तो आओ यार, बगैर टाइम ज़ाय किए इसका काम तमाम करते हैं।
Question: What is the primary purpose of pipelining in processor design? Answer: C. To improve instruction throughput. Concept: It allows the processor to work on multiple instructions simultaneously at different stages. 2. Question: Which of the following is not a type of pipeline hazard? Answer: D. Arithmetic hazard. Concept: Only data, structural, and control are recognized types of hazards in pipelining. 3. Question: In a 5-stage pipeline, a data hazard occurs when? Answer: B. An instruction depends on the result of a previous instruction still in the pipeline. Concept: This happens when data is needed before it has been written back to the registers. 4. Question: Which technique is used to resolve data hazards without stalling the pipeline? Answer: B. Forwarding bypassing. Concept: It passes the result directly from the ALU to the next instruction instead of waiting for a memory write. 5. Question: Control hazards are primarily caused by? Answer: B. Branch instructions. Concept: The processor doesn't know the next instruction to fetch until the branch outcome is determined. 6. Question: The term instruction-level parallelism, ILP, refers to? Answer: B. Executing multiple instructions simultaneously in a pipeline. Concept: It is a measure of how many operations can be performed at once by the CPU. 7. Question: Which of the following is a technique to improve ILP? Answer: B. Using out-of-order execution. Concept: This allows the CPU to process ready instructions even if they are not next in the original sequence. 8. Question: Microprogramming is used to implement? Answer: B. The control unit. Concept: It uses a sequence of micro-instructions to control the hardware instead of fixed logic circuits. 9. Question: In microprogrammed control, control signals are stored in? Answer: B. Control memory, ROM. Concept: This specialized memory holds the microroutine for every instruction the CPU executes. 10. Question: Which I/O method uses processor cycles to transfer data between I/O device and memory? Answer: A. Programmed I/O concept. In this method, the CPU is stuck in a loop waiting for the I/O device to complete. 11. Question: In interrupt-driven I/O, the processor is interrupted. Answer: B. When an I/O device is ready. Concept: This frees the CPU to do other work until the device actually needs attention. 12. Question: DMA stands for? Answer: A. Direct memory access. Concept: It allows hardware to transfer data directly to RAM without passing through the CPU. 13. Question: The main advantage of DMA is? Answer: A. Reduced CPU overhead for data transfer. Concept: The CPU is not involved in the actual data movement, saving significant processing time. 14. Question: Which component is responsible for managing DMA transfers? Answer: B. DMA controller. Concept: This hardware unit manages the bus and coordinates the data flow between I/O and memory. 15. Question: The main purpose of a cache memory is to? Answer: C. Reduce average memory access time. Concept: It stores frequently used data closer to the CPU for much faster access than RAM. 16. Question: Cache memory uses the principle of? Answer: A. Spatial and temporal locality. Concept: It assumes that data accessed recently or data nearby will likely be needed again soon. 17. Question: Which cache mapping technique allows a block to be placed anywhere in the cache? Answer: B. Fully associative. Concept: This provides the highest flexibility and hit rate but requires complex search hardware. 18. Question: Virtual memory is used to? Answer: B. Provide an illusion of larger main memory. Concept: It uses space on the hard drive to let the computer run programs larger than the actual RAM. 19. Question: In virtual memory, the mapping between virtual and physical addresses is managed by? Answer: B. MMU, Memory Management Unit. Concept: The MMU translates software-generated addresses into actual physical locations in RAM. 20. Question: Which of the following is a page replacement algorithm? Answer: A. FIFO. Concept: It stands for first in, first out, meaning the oldest page in memory is replaced first. 21. Question, floating point representation is used to, answer, B, represent real numbers, concept. It allows the system to handle very large or very small numbers with fractional parts. 22. Question, which component performs floating point arithmetic, answer, B, FPU, floating point unit. Concept, this is a dedicated part of the processor optimized for complex math and decimal calculations. 23. Question, in IEEE 754 single precision format, how many bits are used for the exponent? Answer A, 8 bits. Concept, the 32-bit total is split into 1 bit for sign, 8 for exponent, and 23 for fraction. 24. Question, which error control technique is used in magnetic disk drives? Answer, A, parity bits. Concept, a simple bit is added to ensure the data read matches the data originally written. 25. Question, RAID stands for, answer, a redundant array of inexpensive disks. Concept, it is a technology that joins multiple hard drives together for data safety or speed. 26. Question, which network topology connects all nodes in a closed loop? Answer, C, ring. Concept, each node is connected to exactly 2 others, forming a continuous circular path. 27. Question, in computer networks the term latency refers to, answer, B, time delay in data transmission. Concept, it measures the time it takes for a data packet to travel from sender to receiver. 28. Question, which I/O subsystem performance metric measures the number of I/O operations per second? Answer, C, IOPS. Concept, this is a critical benchmark for comparing the speed of SSDs and hard drives. 29. Question, the main purpose of error-correcting codes in memory systems is to, answer, B, detect and correct bit errors. Concept, ECC memory can automatically fix single-bit errors to prevent system crashes. 30. Question, in the context of memory hierarchy, which level is the fastest but smallest? Answer, C, cache. Concept, cache sits at the top of the hierarchy below registers, providing the lowest latency. 31. Question, in a pipeline processor, what does the term structural hazard refer to? Answer, A2 instructions require the same functional unit at the same time. Concept, it happens when hardware resources are insufficient to support all possible combinations of instructions in the pipeline. 32. Question, which of the following is a common method to handle control hazards? Answer, B, branch prediction. Concept, this technique guesses the outcome of a branch to keep the pipeline full instead of stalling. 33. Question, the delay slot in a pipeline is often filled using, answer, B, independent instructions from before after the branch. Concept, this makes use of the cycle that would otherwise be wasted after a branch instruction. 34. Question, superscalar processors improve performance by, answer, B, executing multiple instructions per cycle. Concept, these processors have multiple execution units, allow to handle more than one instruction at a time. 35. Question, out-of-order execution is used to, answer, B, improve ILP by executing instructions when operands are ready. Concept, it prevents a stalled instruction from blocking later instructions that are ready to run. 36. Question, Tomasulo's algorithm is primarily used for, answer, B, dynamic instruction scheduling. Concept, it allows for out-of-order execution by using reservation stations to track data dependencies. 37. Question, which of the following is a type of branch prediction? Answer, A, static and dynamic. Concept, static prediction is fixed like always taken, while dynamic prediction changes based on history. 38. Question, the main goal of microprogramming is to, answer, A, simplify hardware design. Concept, it replaces complex hardwired logic with a simpler, flexible sequence of micro-operations. 39. Question, in microprogrammed control, a micro-instruction typically contains, answer, B, control signals and next address. Concept, it tells the hardware what to do now and where to find the next microstep in control memory. 40. Question, horizontal microcode is characterized by, answer, B, many control bits, simple decoding. Concept, each bit directly controls a hardware gate requiring very little decoding logic. 41. Question, programmed I/O is considered inefficient because, answer, B, the CPU polls I/O devices. Concept, the CPU wastes time constantly checking if a device is ready instead of doing useful work. 42. Question, in interrupt-driven I/O, the interrupt service routine ISR is, answer, A, part of the operating system. Concept: the ISR is a specific software function in the OS that handles the needs of the interrupting device. 43. Question: which of the following is an advantage of DMA? Answer: B. Transfers data directly between I/O and memory. Concept: this bypasses the CPU entirely during the data transfer process. 44. Question: the DMA controller transfers data between I/O and memory by. Answer: B. Taking control of the system bus. Concept: it steals bus cycles from the CPU to move data quickly and independently. 45. Question: which I/O technique is most suitable for high-speed data transfer? Answer: C. DMA. Concept: DMA is essential for devices like hard drives and network cards that move massive amounts of data. 46. Question: cache memory is organized into blocks to exploit. Answer: C. Both temporal and spatial locality. Concept: organizing data in blocks ensures that nearby data is brought into the cache together. 47. Question: in a cache, a write-through policy means? Answer: C. Write to both cache and memory simultaneously. Concept: this ensures that main memory always has the most up-to-date copy of the data. 48. Question: cache coherence is a problem in? Answer: B. Multiprocessor systems. Concept: it ensures that all processors in a system see the same data value in their individual caches. 49. Question: which cache mapping technique requires a replacement algorithm? Answer: D. Both B and C, fully associative and set associative. Concept: since data can go in multiple slots, the system needs a rule like LRU to decide which data to kick out. 50. Question: the principle of locality includes? Answer: A. Spatial and temporal. Concept: temporal locality means recently used and spatial means nearby in address space. 51. Question: virtual memory allows? Answer: programs to use more memory than physically available. Concept: it provides an abstraction that makes the system appear to have a much larger RAM. 52. Question: in paged virtual memory, a page fault occurs when? Answer: B. a page is not in main memory. Concept: the hardware must then fetch the missing page from the secondary storage or disk. 53. Question: the translation look-aside buffer, TLB, is used to? Answer: B. cache virtual to physical address translations. Concept: it acts as a specialized cache to speed up the address translation process in the MMU. 54. Question: which page replacement algorithm suffers from Bilady's anomaly? Answer: C. FIFO. Concept: Bilady's anomaly is when adding more page frames actually causes more page faults. 55. Question: in RAID level 1 data is? Answer: B. mirrored on 2 disks. Concept: this provides 100% redundancy. If one disk fails, the other has an exact copy. 56. Question: RAID level 5 uses? Answer: B. striping with parity distributed across disks. Concept: it offers a balance of speed and safety by spreading parity information across all drives. 57. Question: the main purpose of error-correcting codes EC in memory is to? Answer: B. detect and correct single-bit errors. Concept: it uses extra bits to automatically fix data that gets flipped due to electrical noise. 58. Question: in floating-point arithmetic, guard digits are used to? Answer: B. decrease rounding errors. Concept: these extra bits are kept during intermediate calculations to ensure the final result is as accurate as possible. 59. Question: the IEEE 754 standard for double precision uses? Answer: B. 64 bits. Concept: double precision uses twice the bits of single precision for much higher accuracy. 60. Question: in network topologies, a fully connected mesh has? Answer: B. high cost but fault tolerance. Concept: since every node is connected to every other node, the network stays alive even if many links fail. 61. Question: which pipeline hazard occurs when multiple instructions need the same hardware resource at the same time? Answer: B. structural hazard. Concept: this is a hardware conflict where 2 instructions might try to use the same ALU or memory port simultaneously. 62. Question: in a 5-stage pipeline, which stage typically handles memory access for load store instructions? Answer: D. MEM, memory access. Concept: this stage is dedicated to reading from or writing data to the RAM or cache. 63. Question: which technique allows the processor to execute instructions in a different order than programmed to avoid stalls? Answer: B. out-of-order execution. Concept: it improves efficiency by letting ready-to-run instructions jump ahead of those waiting for data. 64. Question: the term superscalar refers to a processor's ability to answer. A. Execute multiple instructions per clock cycle. Concept: it uses multiple execution units, like 2 ALU, to double or triple the work done in one tick. 65. Question: which component in a microprogrammed control unit stores the micro-instructions? Answer: B. Control memory, ROM. Concept: this internal ROM acts like a firmware storage for the CPU's most basic control signals. 66. Question: in horizontal microcode, each bit in the micro-instruction typically corresponds to answer. B. A control signal. Concept: every bit directly turns a hardware gate on or off, making it very wide but very fast to decode. 67. Question: which I/O method is most suitable for low-speed devices where immediate response is not critical? Answer: A. Programmed I/O concept. It is simple to implement for devices like keyboards where the CPU can easily afford to wait. 68. Question: in nested interrupts, the priority of interrupts is determined by answer. B. A fixed hardware priority scheme. Concept: higher priority devices can interrupt the interrupt service routine of a lower priority device. 69. Question: the main disadvantage of programmed I/O is answer. A. High CPU overhead. Concept: the CPU is kept busy in a busy wait loop, which wastes processing time that could be used for other tasks. 70. Question: in RAID level 0, data is answer. B. Striped across disks without parity. Concept: this increases speed significantly but provides no data safety. If one disk fails, all data is lost. 71. Question: which cache write policy writes data to both cache and main memory simultaneously? Answer: A. Write-through. Concept: this ensures that main memory always has a fresh copy, though it makes the write process slightly slower. 72. Question: the principle of temporal locality states that answer. B. Recently accessed data items are likely to be accessed again soon. Concept: this is the logic behind keeping recently used data in the cache for quick reuse. 73. Question: in virtual memory, a page table entry contains answer. A. Physical page number and protection bits. Concept: it acts as a map that tells the CPU where a virtual page is located in the physical RAM. 74. Question: the optimal page replacement algorithm answer. Replaces the page that will not be used for the longest time. Concept: this is a theoretical perfect algorithm used as a benchmark for comparing others like LRU or FIFO. 75. Question: in IEEE 754 floating point representation, the sign bit is answer. A. The most significant bit. Concept: it is always the first bit leftmost, where 0 represents a positive number and 1 represents a negative number.